So Highguard, we all remember the stunning, brave, and beautiful game that was revealed at the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley's favorite game of the whole show. This was revealed back on December 11th. And since then, they've actually gone completely radio silent. This has been mentioned by a few people. DX tweeted, anyone else remember that Highguard is supposed to come out in 3 weeks? Which is true. Like 3 weeks from today, it's supposed to be coming out. And they're just AFK, dude. They're just AFK. They dropped that trailer at the Game Awards, then have completely been silent since then. Everything screams DOA or Dead on Arrival. I've not seen a game have literally no hype like this since Concord. Yeah. Paul replied to it. Yeah, I'm buckling up for this launch. Is it really launching? Their Twitter account, Play Highguard, has 5,000 followers and has been not tweeted since the night of the Game Awards. This is the last tweet that they put out. What a night. We'd like to extend a big thank you to Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards. We have so much in store for you when the game launches on January 26th. And we can't wait to welcome everyone into the world of Highguard. We'll see you next year, Wardens. So here's the thing. To play devil's advocate, it's possible that they just went on vacation over the holidays and have literally been out of office. That seems weird to me, considering they're supposed to be launching a game in January, to just like take 2, 3, 4 weeks off, but it's, I guess, not impossible. To have literally no social media presence is a little crazy, because if you go to their page, again, sure enough, there's just nothing. There's just nothing after this. And frankly, I can't say I'm surprised. People were pretty mean. I mean, whatever, just prepare yourself, okay? Some of these comments are rough. This game, again, this is on there like, thanks for watching our reveal post, okay? I'm not condoning these comments. I think they're kind of nasty. Immortal Killa, this game won't last a year. Nobody wants this. We all cheered when they said Titanfall, and then it got silent when he said original IP. Yeah. WTF are we doing here, guys? Player base made of 15 sweaty ass dudes. I'm calling it. We were robbed of Titanfall 3 for this. Game won't make it more than a year, dog. Don't release this, shizzle. Game is literally DOA. Crying with laughter emoji. Y'all need to explain what the game is more. The character designs look bland as F. If you're going to do a fantasy game, give us some real freaks. Finally, somebody I can agree with. Let me play some lizard man with a big tail or some other weird creature thing with a tail, of course. Then maybe I'll care. Name checks out. What does that even... do I want to know what this means? Tail lover? Oh, he's Canadian. Oh, there you go. Checks out. Concord 2.0. Why no white male heroes? I think the guy on the cover literally is white, isn't he? Like, I think he literally is white. Anyway, trash. Game requires secure boot. Okay, I guess people are worried about that. What a waste of everyone's time. Why did you make Concord 2? Concord 2. This game looks fun. Please don't let the haters get to you. I'm excited to play this at launch. 16 likes. There you go. Boo. You look like... Sorry. So as you can see, the response on their social media has not been great. And as a result, I wouldn't blame them if they wanted to take a step back. But I think what this should be revealing to them is that this probably is not ending super well. And what we've seen from a lot of studios, like Concord, again, being an operative example, is that sometimes it just makes more sense to cut your losses than it does to try and greenlight something and just lose money with it for a year or two, however long the servers are up, you know? It just doesn't really work. And so I think the odds, what I want to do is I want to do a poll real quick, okay? We're going to do a straw poll, and we're going to come back to this, okay, officially. I'm going to do a straw poll. And what I want to know from you is, well, let's do this. Highguard's fate. Okay? All I want to know is it's canceled pre-launch. So it basically doesn't launch. It's delayed. Okay? Or it launches on, I think it was January 26th. January 26th. Okay? This is what I want to know. And again, the fact that we have to ask the question is kind of crazy, because you would think that like you shouldn't have to ask that question for a typical game. But let me post this in both chats for everybody to vote on. You can just quickly, tab into that and vote on it, and then we can put all of the votes together. Realistically, I think that it probably gets announced that it's being delayed and they're just going to try to wait out the negativity. That's my expectation. But let's see what the results are saying as you guys vote on it. A lot of you guys think that they're still going to put it out. They're still going to do it. Okay. I'm going to say delay. What would they even do with the delay? I think literally just try to ride out the negativity. Like, I think the hope literally would be wait out and hope that people just kind of forget that they were upset about it. VPN voting not allowed. That doesn't surprise me. They don't tend to be that forgiving with that stuff. But I mean, it looks like a pretty even split between its delayed and launches on January 26th. Realistically, like we've talked about odds of success before. I think with like Marathon at this point, I think Marathon has higher odds of popping off than Highguard does at this point. Not because, you know, I think there's anything necessarily terrible about the developers, or that I think that you know, Marathon is way better or anything. I think it literally just comes down to the simple consideration that like this thing is like toxic right now. And more than anything, it's like I've said before, the one thing that's worse than people hating your game is when they just do not care. And with this, I mean, again, they don't even have 5,400 followers. Is Concord's page still up? Concordium. Play Concord. Dude, Concord had twice the followers. Now, granted, maybe I can go on the Wayback Machine. What was it like right about launch? No, it's not working. Bummer. It's not backed up apparently. But that's not great, you know? Not great. When you're at half the follower count of the game that people use as a slur. You know? And that's the thing, is nowadays people literally refer to Concord like as if it's a bad word. At least this had like some unique elements. Like, again, look at this. This is a unique cutscene that actually is like, oh, okay.
What happened? Did it cut out?
No. We're taking a moment to pay homage.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
This is an authentic item from the Starship Implacable. How do you two not know about the Implacable?
In game or on the YouTube page. Again, I can't get over how this, like that thing we just watched, Herman Holst reportedly called a innovative, no, it wasn't even reported. He did say it publicly. He said that it was a revolutionary means of storytelling within gaming. Was little vignette cutscenes that are about a minute long that would play either on YouTube or in the game. So going back to this, there's other reporting. Insider Gaming says Highguard could be dead on arrival as gamers fear a flop is inbound. I don't know if they fear it. I mean, you look at this one, like, yeah, it's been compared to Concord. There's so much going on here. It's unreal. There's one of the first failures of Highguard. It's trying to be so unique while taking inspiration from many other games that is spawned with a twisted, hard to place identity that gets lost in the complexity of all. You know, it's possible. It's possible that it is actually just like so unique that it looks like nothing unique at all. But that's almost, I mean, I think that that's just a tautology. Like you're just saying it's this, and so therefore it's that. I just don't understand what the point of even saying that is. It's, you know, maybe, oh, it's got horses and then it's also a hero-based shooter. It's all that. Okay. I think really what it is that it was hyped up way too much. So people came into it with really high expectations, and it just doesn't look that compelling. And they're comparing it to Titanfall from the makers of Apex Legends and Titanfall. And instead of reminding them of those games, it reminds them of other hero-based shooters that were overhyped, like a Concord. And as a result, that's what people have in their mind. And the thing is, once people have connected the dots there, it's very hard to undo that. You know, it's just very hard. But I really believe that was not the first time they had heard comparisons to Concord. I'm guessing if they did any play testing, they heard people say the comparison. I highly doubt that came as like a shock to them, the people who made that comparison, because it's just, I think it's kind of obvious. And to be clear, I was not the only one saying it. Many other people said it too. People all over the internet were saying it. Which is why it kind of immediately blew up the way that it did. It was just like totally unremarkable. It was remarkable in how unremarkable it was. So I don't know. The final results of our poll, sorry for it not letting VPN users do it, is that 46% of you said that you think it launches on its original launch date. 46% of you roughly said that you think it's going to be delayed, and 7% of you thought that it's going to be canceled before it even launches. Wouldn't shock me, because I'd be like, yeah, you're probably going to save some money, because I think that they're fighting a big uphill battle. But even if you delay it, like you delay it, your odds of success maybe go from like 0% or 1% to like 2%. But still, I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough. What I'm seeing is that the same people, I'm seeing the same phenomenon happen where people are not interested in the game, but they are interested in people talking about the game. And that's dangerous for them too, because when people care more about watching the dumpster fire than putting the dumpster fire out or helping with it, then you're like actually screwed, because then it's like your failure becomes a piece of entertainment, you know? And I think the reason for that is because people like to see things that they detest fail, and they root for that. So they hate to see that, like, the Game Awards frame the final announcement, the big reveal, as a live service uninspired multiplayer game, and so they want to see that fail so that Jeff and everybody else learns, yeah, don't do that again. And I think that that's why it is. The best part of Highguard is that we might get a new Cat video. Yeah. Come out of retirement. Let's see. Samuel, thank you for that one. Am I crazy for wanting to try Highguard? It's good that it doesn't have a $40 price tag like Concord, but it's a morbid curiosity at this time. Yeah, well, and I think a lot of people will try it. It's why when we did our predictions for what the peak player counts on the first week are, most people thought that the peak player count for Highguard will be higher than like for Marathon, for example, which I think is probably true. I think more people will probably try Highguard than will try Marathon, because Marathon's a $40 premium price tag. But I think a month after launch, Marathon's going to take it all day, every day, because I think a lot of people will try Highguard and then give it up after an evening and just move on, you know? And that's just how it goes. Let's see. Don't get me wrong. I'll try the game, it actually comes out, because free to play, but not going in with high expectations. Still not sure what the game is really about. I will say, for being the final announcement and having a long trailer that was like 2.5 minutes long, it's still not super clear what it is. It seems to have MOBA inspirations, but also is like a hero shooter, but also has larger maps. And then it's like base capturing. I don't know. It's just not very clear. The trailer didn't do a great job of that either. But like, what am I supposed to do with this? You know, it's like, again, I just feel like this all was very avoidable if they got any feedback at all, but they didn't. And now they are gonna suffer the results of it.
He took my thing.